10 touchdowns on the season for him on the ground. And remember our meeting with the coaching staff, they did share with us that one of their goals for the year was for him to get in the end zone at least 10 times. And that ramps up into their bigger goal to try and get 20 overall as a team.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
This is Mack on the counter. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
The tackle made
a gain of 3, second down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Jameis to throw it. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Matthews that time, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
From the gun, Winston. Steps up here, and down he goes.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. He'll field this at the 5. After getting this across the 15. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A first down carry for Henry. A beautiful spin and room to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
First down, Titans.
They keep it with Henry on first down. Oh, an absolutely
filthy
joke. He's got some space now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
And now running right through it. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
14. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On second down, it's Mack. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Brings up
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll run the screen with Mack. There's some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. It's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
at their own.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll look to throw. Smith catches left side. And now he bowls him over. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards that time. So, Charles, you think about this ball game, really, the stakes could not be much higher, especially for a contest that takes place in the regular season. Wouldn't you agree?
Without a doubt, partner, because the adrenaline is pumping throughout this stadium, including right here in the announce booth. And let's face it, we can see a playoff berth clinched today, and that's got to be the top story. But if that's the case, it also means we're witnessing a comeback for the ages, capped in the best way possible, because less than 1 year ago, we weren't sure whether or not we'd see this quarterback step on the field again and play at the level we once saw him play. Now he's almost certainly to win Comeback Player of the Year, and there will be some MVP buzz if he secures his team in the top spot.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, as the first half is winding down, and the Titans are able to extend their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is...
And now look at him go. The 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. That'll be taken in by Anderson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Dances by him. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. He'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, but it's going to be second down. Back to Brown, this time complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And Robinson with a big catch. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Up 2nd and 10 at the 25.
Throwing on second down. Winston. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
To throw, Winston. And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Jameis now on first down. The toss here completed to Pittman. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
First down.
They'll run it. It's Mack. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 28.
First and 10.
Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
It's now 3rd and 9.
On third down, Winston. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. They stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Just shy of the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. On play action, they'll throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Brown. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Now here on EA Sports. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football.
A turnover on downs.
A first down throw for Winston. Space to maneuver at the 40. And Matthews over the middle with the grab. And finally marked down at the 23. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give